Are you ready? Are you all ready? This is it, guys. In 3 days, this Thursday, 1.3 is gonna release, and this is why I think so. So if you go on Twitter to Arma Platform, you go ahead and check this video out right here. It's gonna play. We're gonna go ahead and watch this video, and we're gonna talk a little bit more after this little video plays. Alright, so there's a lot to unpack on this video. So it shows some guns here, and then we kind of scroll over to the new PKMN, which is actually one of the new guns that's going in the game. It just allows a sight to be attached onto it, and then it shows the biggest part of all, the mortars. So a lot of people might not know, but Arma Reforger, when PS5 launched, did a video like this as well, and then at the end, this is 3 days to go. They did that for the entire week, and this is exactly what they're doing again. I am very excited for this, and I cannot wait. And just to prove it, we're going to go ahead and throw up the old clip of when they did the PS5 launch right about here, and it's going to show kind of the same thing. You get a cinematic shot of an M16, and then you get the suppressor. Oh, sorry, no, this is the bayonet one. They show the suppressor later on, but this is one of the first clips they added on to the PS5 launch, kind of hinting at it. I do want to apologize for this kind of scuffed video. It's a last minute video I'm doing. I'm literally laying in bed recording this on my phone. That's why it sounds so bad. I want to give a big shout out to Dab King on YouTube, as he posted this in the Discord to let me know that, you know, Arma Platform put this out. I wouldn't have seen this until later tonight when I woke up. But as you can see here, you got the suppressor going on here. Same style video, and then at the end of this video, it's going to go ahead and say 3 days to go. If I sound out of breath, it is because I am out of breath. I am hyped. I am actually kind of shaking a little bit. I mean, it's crazy. This is me showing from the old video, just, you know, that the dev there, actually the CEO, posted this video saying the same thing, but the end of this one here, it shows the PS5 controller, which a lot of people thought I edited that in myself, but I kind of wanted to prove that the CEO put this in himself. I believe he's the CEO. I apologize if I'm wrong about that. But yeah, here we go. We're coming up to the part where he clipped in himself the PS5 controller, and the exact same 3 days to go. So we're 100% gonna get 1.3 update for PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC this Thursday. I'm saying it with chest, just like I did last time, and I'm gonna make some streams about this, and I cannot wait. So please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, let me know in the comments below what you think, and if you're excited or not. And if you have not already seen my 1.3 tips and tricks video, stay a little bit longer, because I'm going to go ahead and show that now. I already posted a main video on this, but I feel like attaching this to this video would be good to help you all new players out and to keep the hype going. So here we go. Alright, so you think you know everything about Arma Reforger, right? Well, you don't. And that is because the game keeps changing, updating, and there's a lot of things that happen in this game. I've put out so many tips and tricks videos already, and now we're going to be talking about 1.3 experimental tips and tricks. This is going to be catered a little bit more towards PlayStation 5, because a lot of Xbox and PC players have already tried 1.3 experimental. PlayStation 5 cannot try that, unfortunately, and this video here is going to get you ready for when 1.3 drops. Alright, tip number 1. This tip right here has gotten me injured and killed so many times. Barbed wire, or razor wire. It can come in different kind of forms, like this. There's a little bit taller one here. Shorter ones. Now these ones are placed down by the game master right here. I believe if you go to build it from the tent, they look more like this right here. Now, in the regular Arma Reforger, the base game, what happens is you just walk around it or you walk over it. The 1.3, not so much. They actually made it so you can run through the barbed wire. What you get hurt. A quick little run through like that might not damage you much. I got a little cut in my arm, no bleeding. Go back through it. There we go. I'm heavy bleeding on the face now. Here's a really sneaky, dirty tip. So this is something I'm going to be doing when I build bases up in the game. Is throwing barbed wire in the bushes. You can't see it. Like, there's no way to see it until it's too late. I got broken bones, heavy bleeding, and it's very, very hidden in there. You can use barbed wire for more than just fortifying around a base. You can put it in the bushes around the base, so obviously when enemies are coming to attack your base, they're going to go ahead and hide in these little bushes. If you fill the bushes with barbed wire, it's going to be a big problem for them. Alright, now we're going to talk about mortars. So, obviously, you have to be the rank of sergeant to place the mortars down, and you have to be the rank of captain to get the mortars out of the bin, or at least the fragmentation shells. We're on Game Master, so I can grab them, obviously, so it's quick and easy, but we're going to be talking about how to aim the mortars. Now, obviously, if you have line of sight and you can see the base, you can adjust it according to how far you are, but we're going to be talking about how to actually read the map and to use the distance on the tools you get like on the map itself. So we know more or less where I am, not exact. I know I'm a little bit north of this barn right here. I'm roughly around here. So what you want to do, go grab your pencil. And I'm going to estimate I'm like right here roughly. And I want to hit province. I want to hit the middle province. So you're going to put this pencil right where you want to hit. Make sure you don't hit the X symbol because that gets rid of that right there. The next thing you're going to do is go over to the scale. The little protractor thing. Yeah, protractor, that's the name. And you want to put the middle of the circle right in the middle of here. I mean, it's roughly, this isn't rocket science, but close enough. Right in the middle, right? And then you can see the outer scale is the radius, the inner scale is degrees. So we're going to be reading the inner scale. So this right here, that's the inner scale. If you follow this line all the way up to the scale here, it's going to be roughly at 35 degrees. Now I can always take another pencil here, and I can draw it, if I'm good enough here, to a straight line to see what degrees it is. And that's like, yeah, it's not 30. Yeah, it's not 34. It's like 35. It's like in between. All right, so I said 35 degrees. Keep that in your head for later on. You can always set your mortar up and then come back to this if you don't want to remember that number. So now once we have that number, 35 degrees, right? We're going to take this protractor. We're actually going to rotate it. So you can rotate this. We're going to use this inner scale on the right. That is your meterage. You want to keep rotating this till it goes perfectly in line with that red line that you have. If I can do this, I'm trying to do this on controller and mouse at the same time, and it's not really working. All right, and then you put it right to the corner, right where your red line is. So be a little more precise here. Each one of these is 100 meters, so 100, 200, 300. So we're looking at like 750, 760. I mean, we can call it 750 just to be even. So 750 meters and 35 degrees. Remember that. So I'm going to go ahead and set this before I forget to 35 degrees. So let's go exactly 35 degrees. Now you can see your degrees on the top. It's not the very top. The top is the mils. The one underneath that is the degrees. So 35 degrees. The next thing you want to do is pull out this, the mortar ballistic manual. Now you can get this right from this box or from a normal supply bin. And what did I say it was? I said it was like 750 meters. Each one of these only go by 100 meters each. So you get 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. So we want between 700 and 800. Now look over the elevation to the right where the mills are. On the right hand side, 800 is 1460. 700 is 1478. What's the difference between 1478 and 1460, right? So there's 9 degrees. Well, actually it's 18, but you want to divide that by 2. So half of 18 is 9, so 1460, then I'm going to add 9 to it, so 1469. That is what we're going to use for the mills. Aim this, we're still at 35 degrees, 1469, we're at, bring it back over to 35 degrees exact, it keeps changing a little bit, there we go. 35 mils on top, or 35 degrees on top, 1469 mils. Alright, we're all dialed in and set, so I want to stop looking in the aimer, exit out, don't hit the joysticks or anything, because if you start hitting the joysticks when you get out of the aimer there, it'll move it around, it's kind of wonky. Before I fire this mortar, keep in mind, after every shot, the mils and the degrees will change. The mortar rocks back and forth, so you want to keep an eye on that sight. Alright, so there's no real way to tell if you hit the target unless you have a spotter. But in my case, I have Game Master, so I can kind of see and verify how well I did. It's not going to be 100% precise because I don't know the exact location. Like, I'm not sitting on a point. I kind of did a little guesswork of where I am from that building. I mean, that's a solid shot right there. And now you saw, that's exactly how you hit your target if you know your general location and how to read the map. This tool is something that a lot of people don't use, and it is very helpful. So if you want to hit a target that's further than 1,000 meters away, you want to, like normal, set up this right here. This is my start, this is where I am. Go up to the 10 mark, which is 1,000 meters. Take the pencil. All you gotta do is put a little dot down. That's all you gotta do. A little dot. And then you can just go back over to your, take your pencil away, bring this up, and the dot's pretty small, but I mean, you can zoom in and just line up that right there. The last thing about mortars we're going to talk about are the rings. So if you go ahead and equip the mortar in your hand, if it's going to let me, there we go, got a mortar in my hand. You want to hold the X button on an Xbox controller, but if you're playing a PS5, it is hold the square button. You inspect it. Now you can change your number of rings. These rings are charges, so the more rings you have, the further it's going to fly. So if you're hitting a target that's really close, there's no reason to do 4 rings. 4 rings actually makes it more of a spread. So if you fire 5 mortars with 4 rings, it's going to spread out further than if you're doing 1 or no rings. I'm going to fire them. See how close they're hitting now? That's a lot closer spread. It's a lot tighter, I mean, it's like a tight spread compared to earlier when you saw me hit province. But the downside to not using those rings is you can't reach further out. And if you're using something with less rings, you want to take this out, up in the top right hand corner, this is 4 rings. You want to hold the X button, and you can change the shell type or next page. By changing the next page, it does the rings. As you can see here, no rings, 0 rings. At 0 rings, the furthest range you can do is 400 meters. But like I said, if you know you're going to hit something 400 meters or less, do 0 rings because you're going to have a lot tighter spread and you're going to hit your target. Alright, I know the mortars that took up a lot of time. I mean, I apologize, but I don't at the same time because it helps you out. I hope you understand now how to use the mortars more and actually draw the lines on the map and using the tools. Those tools are very important. And like I said, things can change, but using those tools aren't going to change. Those are something you should learn for the base game anyway. That can help you with sniping as well. So if you're up on a hillside and you're looking down at somebody and you don't know how many meters they are away, and you know your exact position, you can just flip out this, you can take your little device here and see how many meters away you are. Very simple, very easy. Alright guys, we're going to talk about the last tip. I know there wasn't many tips in here, but I will be doing a part 2. The biggest thing on here, I want to talk about the mortars. But yes, the last tip is going to be the healing, or where do you find your bandages now? If you noticed, go over to your equipment box here. There's no bandages anymore. There's no saline, no morphine injection. Where do you get that stuff? You're going to want to go to the command tent. The command tent has a box with a little medical symbol. Open this up. You can grab your tourniquet and bandage. That is it. No morphine, no saline. So if you want to get morphine or saline, you're going to have to build a medical depot. Obviously, I'm going to go ahead and just spawn one in because Game Master and, fuck it. Alright, we got our little medical area here. It's not in here. There's nothing here. Never is, except for supplies. You're going to want to go into this medical tent and find the medical box. This medical box will have everything in it. But there's actually a third way of getting those medical supplies without building this, because maybe you don't have the extra supplies to build this thing up. A lot of bases are low on supplies and you can't afford to build this. Spawn a medical vehicle. All these medical vehicles will have stuff in the back of them. Open the trunk. You got your bandages, and you get everything that you'd see inside the medical tent itself. There's so many times where I have been on a base and can't get saline or morphine injections because they never built the medical center itself. So I had to spawn one of these bad Larrys in and, grab a bunch of stuff here. And then after you grab it all, make sure you go save your loadout. Always gotta save your loadout, guys. Come on. But that is going to be it for the video today. I really hope that helped with teaching you how to do mortars and learning the, using the tools and stuff. I feel like I kind of butchered it a little bit. I don't know. I haven't done a tips and tricks video in a long time. Let me know in the comment section below if you want another part 2, because I already have ideas. I want to talk about part 2 for 1.3, and I want to get you guys as ready as possible for when it actually drops. I'm super excited. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.